Hello everybody, my name is Spooky. Welcome back to another Stadium Build video. Today we are showcasing the weapon power firehose Ramattra build, which uses weapon power in the early game and in the late game to dish out some serious damage. Today I'm going to be breaking down how this build works, how all the items and the powers work together, and then we're going to jump into a game where you can see this build in action all the way to a round 7 banger, so you guys can see how this build flows from round 1 to round 7, so you have a better understanding of how it works before you play it. Anyways, before we get started, make sure to like the video, and thank you to our Patreon subscribers for supporting videos just like these. So starting with power 1, we have Void Surge. This is your Void Accelerator, which is your primary fire. Periodically releases a burst of 6 additional projectiles during continuous fire. Now this basically is just like a bonus burst damage. So you can see here, it's basically like a shotgun blast in between your hose action. This is going to be pretty good at just getting like standard damage for the most part, but it's going to be most effective at mid to close range. So a lot of times when we're playing back with this build, we're going to be able to spam down with that primary, but when the fight inevitably gets up in our face, this is going to help us dish out some better damage here in the early game. Compensator, Plasma Converter to get some weapon lifesteal and a bit of extra weapon power, and Weapon Grease to increase our attack speed. Now going on to round 2, we're going to grab Void Blight. This is where our Void Accelerator inflicts enemies with nanites, which explode for 30 damage after dealing 100 damage. Now this did get buffed recently, and I do need to let you know, even though there is the red number, this does not scale with weapon power, at least currently. It does not scale. This is just something that's going to proc every 100 damage you do, which naturally as the game goes on, you're going to be able to dish out 100 damage more quickly. So this will proc more often in the late game. So it still is going to scale for us. And you can see when you shoot a target, it's going to put a little bit of these nanites around them. That's going to build up to a bigger and bigger one until finally, when it's completely encompassed and we have that 100 damage that we're going to proc, it does an extra burst damage. Now you do have to do it before it expires. And you'll see that big burst explosion there is going to do that bonus damage to the target. Now again, this will scale up nicely into the later game when we're kind of just poking back, but it's really good for long range encounters, especially if you're able to like hit some headshots on like targets that are maybe scoped in, like an Ashe or a soldier in the back line or an Ana or something. If you're able to spam that out, it's really good at proccing that bonus damage from those headshots. Our next items are going to be Merged Munitions, which gives us 10% weapon power and 50% Void Accelerator projectile size, making it easier to hit targets overall. And then our Omnium Augment, giving us 10% weapon power and 25% extra pummel range, all for 4,500. So these two items, both at 4,500, giving us 10% weapon power. Really good value items to scale up our weapon power in the early game. Going on to our round 3 items, we have Icy Coolant to again give us 10% weapon power, 5% cooldown reduction, and we can upgrade our Talon mod to get that 15% weapon power to scale up, giving us a nice 45% weapon power by round 3. At this point, we should be dishing out some pretty serious damage to tanks, to basically anybody that gets in our way. We should be able to dish out serious damage. Now, the thing is, you want to make sure that you keep your Plasma Converter. You always want a little bit of weapon lifesteal as we scale up our weapon power to feed back into our healing that we can get. This will help your credits scale up quicker, and it's also just going to help you stay in the fight a little bit longer. Going on to our round 4 power, this is Retaliation. This also got a buff. Releasing block deals damage equal to 100% of the amount mitigated up to 150 to enemies within 6 meters. Now this is great, especially this used to be 100 damage up to 100. Now it's 150. This is great for Stadium in the mid to late game because people are dishing out so much damage so quick that your Retaliation is going to be able to be able to be procced like almost all the time. So what this looks like is when we do our block and we take this damage here, when we release it, it does a big burst damage with that. So I like to combo that with the punch to do a really quick burst damage. And I'll show you that here without the punch. So we're going to block some damage, and then we're going to release, and you'll see it does that damage. You can see how much damage we did with just that block is insane. It's a nice solid burst damage AoE, and it's really good for securing kills combo with the punch when you're coming out of your block. This is a power I really liked even before the buff, and an extra 50% increase in that damage is just making it such a good item to pick right now. Now, this block damage does count as ability damage, which is why we're going to be scaling up into Phantasmic Flux later to get that ability lifesteal. So remember, you always want some form of lifesteal, so we're going to keep that Plasma Converter. We're going to sell Weapon Grease, and we're going to scale up to Weapon Jammer. And at this point, you probably have enough to scale up Talon Mod to Codebreaker as well, to help get rid of some of that armor mitigation that you're going to be dealing with a lot of tanks. Now, if you notice that the enemy team doesn't have any armor at all, feel free to skip ahead to another weapon item or skip straight ahead to the Phantasmic Flux down here to get that extra survival. Now, how Weapon Jammer works, we come with the flat 25 armor, 10% weapon power, and when you deal weapon damage, you negate 10% of the target that it's hitting, their bonus attack speed, by 10%, and you increase your attack speed by 10% for 2 seconds. And for any kind of hero where it's pretty easy to do weapon damage consistently, Weapon Jammer is such a solid item to pick because it's a buff and a debuff item for your enemy. It's a buff item for you, so it's a really good swing item, especially when you can proc it on multiple people. It's such a good item, especially in a firehose build like this one. It's really good for Ramattra. And Ramattra is very pellet damagey with his primary fire, with the fire hose portion of his build. And that's why we grab Codebreaker, because pellet damage is mitigated by armor very effectively. It reduces the amount of damage you do while they're in their armor, while they're in that orange health on their health bar. It mitigates pellet damage very, very, very effectively, which is why it can sometimes feel very difficult to kill tanks. But again, like I said, if you notice that the enemy team doesn't have any armor, you can just go into your tab and go to the enemy team to see what they have in there. If you don't see any orange health at all, this is an item that you do not want to grab. It's not worth it. Going on to our round 6, we're going to sell Icy Coolant. Like I said, we're going to grab Phantasmic Flux. This is a great overall split item here. Comes with 10% weapon power, 10% ability power, and 15% weapon lifesteal and 15% ability lifesteal, and gives you the option while at your full health and your lifestealing to give you an additional 50 over health. Phantasmic Flux, really good item, especially when you're dealing solid ability damage and weapon damage to scale up everything very efficiently. Like I said before, this interacts with Retaliation with that ability lifesteal. You're also going to get ability lifesteal from your Vortex and from your Annihilation. At this point, you can sell Plasma Converter if you want. You don't need 2 forms of lifesteal, but if you do want to keep the 25% weapon lifesteal total, that's completely fine. It all depends on how much money you have. All right, going on to our round 6 and our final power. This is Dread Knight. At this point, we should be able to scale up our ability power a little bit more. Dread Knight's going to give us plus 50% annihilation damage and an additional 1 second duration on that ultimate. And you can see here in the rest of the build, we're actually just going to be scaling up our ability power for the most part. So Anima of Anubis gives us 10% ability power and 10% attack speed, and also our pummel damage is now also increased by our ability power in addition to our weapon power, which makes this work really well with Phantasmic Flux. We'll have 20% weapon or 20% ability power, which will also increase our pummel damage by 20%, which is really, really good. Which is why this final item we're going to be getting is going to be we're probably going to sell off merge munitions. We're going to grab Super Flexor. This is a 10% weapon power item, and when you deal weapon damage or healing, gain 5% ability power for 3 seconds, stacking up to 5 times, which can give you a max of 25% bonus ability power. That means with these 3 items, we're getting an additional 45% ability power across these. So we have 55% weapon power for our primary and our pummel. And when we go into pummel at full stacks with our Super Flexor, which is super easy to get stacked up here, we're going to have a pure 100% increase to our pummel damage on Ramattra, which is just going to absolutely eat in the end game anybody that you're able to get in range with your punch. And just so I can show you how easy it is to scale up our Super Flexor, you see it in the bottom right here as we shoot right there, immediately up to 5, right? You can do individual ones that'll get it up there, and you can keep it proc to that 5 as long as you're kind of touching people with this every now and then. With the pummel, it's going to take a little bit longer to scale that up if you're not like doing anything here, but again, as you're punching, that's going to scale up to that 5 pretty quickly to increase the amount of damage that we can do with our pummel. Anyways, that is the firehose build. Let me get you the build code right now. We're going to go in here and share that super exclusive code for you guys right now. DYBZZ is going to be your code. Just copy that code and then import it in your armory here to get that build in there for you nice and easy. Anyways, we're going to get started on the video right now so you guys can see how this build goes in action. Make sure to like the video if you have not already. And of course, enjoy. To the draft, ladies and gents. Unless we try this weapon power Ramattra build. They're going to run anytime I play Ramattra, Orisa. Oh my god. Ram versus Ram game. God, I haven't played one of these since Ram released. It's time to bend Ramattra over and give him a good old spanking. Daddy is reclaiming what is rightfully his. All right, let's get our Void Surge. Let's get our Compensator, Plasma Converter, Weapon Grease. Surprised you didn't pick up the new Ram skin. I gotta be careful with what I spend my money on. Like, as an Overwatch content creator, I want to get all the skins, but I also gotta remember how much money that really does accumulate to. So I've limited myself to basically I have to get any new Mei skin. That's That's it. I buy it, no questions asked. And then if there's like a skin that really, really, like I'm like, dude, I need it 100%, then I grab it. Also, I don't know where internet's going in and out. It's being weird. Do a little bit of this. 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 Watch out for the Genji deflex. I think our main need a little assistance. Good wall, though. There we go. Deny the res. Deny the... I'm alive. I'm alive. You gotta watch out for the Genji. Hey, buddy. One. Nice. She might go for that res. She's kind of low. Okay, nicely done. Little shield for him. Ooh, 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 it was juicy. No kills, though. Keep spamming out Ram here. Big. Nice. Can we get the triple? Sorry, I tried, dude. I tried. Should be able to get some big headshots here, though. Yeah. Flop. Nice. I like that they're playing up with me, too. Gotta respect that one. Genji kind of low. Nice. There we go. There we go. Pop the old shieldies. Here's Ram ult. Okay, we're getting their econ out, which is really good. We'll probably lose this fight, but we'll have econ next fight. Cool. All right, that's big. Yeah. We got both support ults coming up. Sheesh, man. All right, let's go. Let's go. Just got to keep our Brig alive. Okay, plenty of time to play slow. Look for some picks. Nice, just like that. Little vortex. Ram's kind of low. Nice. Maybe get that Mercy. We're living. Maybe not. We're dying. Oh my god, they actually held that there. All right, still got more time though. Might not be good though. They might have some more econ here. Ruh-roh. Let me walk through that. I might have fed a little bit, but that's fine. Gotta get my Rammy ult. Let me go help. Yeah, that was not a... that was quite the rotation. I don't know. I'm gonna try to get the touch, but nah. Yeah, bold play by our Brig, but that's all right. First round, we're gonna roll this thing back. I think we got plenty of credits here too. Plenty of monies. All right, let's grab our Void Blade and our merge munitions to give us some weapon power and increase projectile size. Ooh, do I want Omnium Augment or Icy Coolant? Do I want more pummel range? I think I do. Yeah, Mercy and Juno. I need to make sure I have that range out there. I think I'll just grab electrolytes with that extra 1k that I have. Just help me get back from spawn quick. All right, this round though, we got it, dude. 100%. I could feel it in my bones. I believe.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Let's second do it. Let me take that top first. Little blocking with the shield. Little punchy punchies. Just a little bit more poking. I don't like these cross angles we're taking just yet. A little early in my opinion. There we go. There we go. If I can deny that res. There we go. I'll take the death there, but at least to deny that res. That would have been a swing, so. And Ram goes down here, I believe. There we go. Nice. Yeah, they should be able to hold that. 2 supports there. Juno. We're going speedy. We're going speedy. Toss him a shield real quick. And no touch. Love to see it. All right, first point. Let's go. Genji. Staggered. Maybe I should hit a punch or two, maybe. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh, I did not realize how low I was. That's some big damage. Okay. Ooh, baited out some ults though. Rally Deadeye out for us. Blades out though. I think I'm gonna just hold this. Yeah, I don't think we rush this. Let's get like an early pick maybe. Let me just kind of probe this a little bit. Let me push up, see what happens. He's 1. No dash. Okay, we'll play back. Maybe big freeze? Nice. Just gotta watch the res now. Just gotta watch the res. There we go. Maybe get the Mercy, perhaps? Got a little bit of damage on her. Ram goes down. There we go. They do get the res off, but I don't think they're going to be able to do much without Ram. I'm going to pressure the Sojourn. They can probably take care of the Genji. There we go. Nice. Cool. Round 1. We did it. Nice. Good round, everybody. All right. Back to the build. I do like electrolytes, but we're going to get rid of that for now. Icy coolants. We're going to grab. Just go down the line here. Shoving up for the Talon mod. 23.99 left over, so nothing we can grab or sell to grab anything for that. So we are good to go. Round 3. We're moving. We're moving. Yay! I'll play back here. Yep. What do you right? Little right side action. Good watch for the Sojourn. Oh, yeah, we're cooked immediately. Oh, Miss Sojourn getting a little pick there on the side. Sorry, they didn't even cap point yet, so should be able to get a nice, easy run back here. Ram it very low. I'm going to go through that. There we go. Just gotta watch out for the Mercy. Juno. Nice. Good pick. Pop this up. I'm moving. I'm moving. Unfortunate timing on the wall. Does get the Mega. Pull the Juno down a little bit. A little bit of that. Like this, though. Kind of an odd spot to play, but I don't mind. Juno goes down. I pop this. Here we go. Just gotta watch the res now. Just kidding. She got it. Juno goes down. Don't have to worry about Mercy res anymore. For now. Still our point, so we're kind of just cooking right now. Pop open the shield. Play back just a little bit further. Beam him down. Going to punch. And they go down. This is fine, though. That's a pretty good econ. We got Valk out, which is huge. If I do another Ramattra ult, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to farm it up. Yeah, we probably should. Yeah, if we can get like a nice solid fight in, I should be able to farm it up.
I will speak to you in the language you understand. Violence. Devour them.
Get a shield. I'm going to go for the back line. Try to pressure that Juno, maybe. She's low. Good wall, though. Good wall. Juno probably goes down. Nice picks. Nice picks. Might pop this. Don't really know where we're playing yet. Don't want to get off point just yet to chase that Mercy. Got to see what's going on here first. Nice. Good cap. And I think we're good. Nice. We did it. Hooray. Another successful round. Yeah, our Wu Yang is pumping out some crazy healing right now. All right. Retaliation. We're going to be able to use really good against the Ram v Ram battle for sure. Self weapon grease. Codebreaker would be pretty good, especially against Ram and punch form. I think I'd rather still stick with the weapon jammer though here. We should be pretty good on that front. I gotta let them know that item is broken, unfortunately. Just gotta let him know.
10 seconds until the objective's unlocked. I will give you shelter.
Okay. Play back a little bit here. Whoop. Oh no, we're cooked. Yeah, we see they fixed it. Oh. Pull this down here a little bit. Keep the punchies. Cook him down. Shields up. Nice. Delicious. Okay, shield up. Almost got a ram ult. Let's keep that tracking a little bit. Oh, big freeze though. Big freeze. Keep trying to get those headshots to proc that blight. No, I'm cooked. Yeah, no, I'm cooked. Do. All right, let's rotate here a little bit. 24 seconds. Should have plenty of time here. Oh, yeah. Sojourn almost got her. Gonna help create some distance with the Genji. Although I don't think we're gonna be able to damage through that. We're trying to live as much as we can. Big pick, though. Big pick. Gotta get touch here. All right. We'll take it 2-2. All right. So going into round 5, let's get rid of our plasma converter. Actually, no, we're going to keep that. We're going to scale up everything else. Telemod, Icy Coolant, those can go. We're going to keep these for now. We're going to grab our Codebreaker. And we're going to grab our... even though this one's technically broken right now, so I'm going to skip over this for now. And we're just going to fill this in with something else. Personally, I'd rather get my Phantasmic Flux. But this is going to be completely up to you on what you want to grab. So I'm going to go for Phantasmic Flux. Give us some sustain. A little bit of extra lifesteal there to replace our Plasma Converter. Which we can sell off now. And just get like a little bit more... let's just do Compensator. I don't think we need the skill. All right. Let's cook, ladies and gentlemen. Let's cook. Pop this down. Probably playing a little too close right now. Rig goes down quick though. Try to rotate to live. Flopping it. Pull that Juno down. And we are cooked. All right, we should be able to push this back. As long as we get support pick so early, we should be good. Let me pop one of these. Ooh. Keep using this retaliation where we can. Genji goes down. That's big. We got to watch that res, though. Now she gets it because Mercy and Stadium T. Yeah. Big pull, though. Big pull. There we go. Oh, no. We go down. Should be able to win this fight, though. I think I should be able to get back. I should be able to touch. Ugh, no, I did not get the touch. No, I got an OT. Slay. Love that. All right, so we got absolutely cooked there. I got absolutely cooked. It's all right. We kind of got put on our heels after our brig went down there. I think this next round, as long as we get some even footing, we should be good. Okay, final round here. Let's grab our Dread Knight to get that extra damage for our ultimate. We're gonna sell off here, and we're gonna actually, you know what, for this round right now, kind of feeling like we grab maybe some Cyber Venom might help us out actually a lot. Yeah, we don't have any Cyber Venom, which is probably why I'm kind of getting melted a little bit quicker. So I'm gonna grab some Cyber Venom just to use my Vortex, just so I can proc that on Ram. And then we should be good. Yeah, we should be good. All right, so let's bring this next round back. I got to remember to use Retaliation 100% to get that burst damage. And to kind of like get some mitigation there in between so we don't go down so quick. Just to like use that spam damage they're sending at us back at them would be huge. Okay. And there goes two. I'll take that. That's that burst damage from Retaliation there. Oh, that Mercy's 1 HP. She's going to get that res now, too. Damn, I was looking forward to that two-player swing.
The confidence will be there. Take everything from our enemy has taken the lead.
There we go. Yeah, big Retaliation damage. There we go. There goes the Genji. And then we can finally roll this thing back. Walk this down. Nice. Good play. Good play. There we go. Now we can get some distance. So a little bit of spam going on. We got our ultimate ready to go. So pop this shield down first. Pop our Dread Knight. We die. Still got a minute left though, so we should be able to roll this back a little. Pop this out here real quick. I'm probably gonna hold him right at the choke here. So we don't get him at any extra distance. Oh my god, we are insta-cooked. 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 Big roll there, though. Res comes out. We wall our shield here for our meta play. Pull that Juno down. Keep beaming this down for a little bit. Good cyber venom there on the ram. Mercy goes down. This is good econ here, though. Good cyber venom there on the ram. I don't really want to get off because I don't know who I'm playing with. Pop this right here. Tuna 1. Yeah, it's the Sojourn out of everybody's really doing the most here. She's getting a lot of value. So we almost got our ult, though. Almost got our ult. We're living, which is great. Pop our ult. Probably got cyber venom on everybody. Ram's looking low. Big double. Nice. And it looks like we're going to be taking this into a round 7. Big. Big. Nicely done. All right. Hooray. We got another dub. All right. So going into round 7. Here's our stats from overall. Overall stats. These are our round stats. So now we're just going to scale everywhere else. The cyber venom helped a lot. Yeah. Our team not having any cyber venom before. I think, yeah, our May got it too, which is huge. But I kind of like having it with our ultimate as well. So I'm going to keep it there for now. And now we just get to scale everything else up. So Omnium, I'm probably going to get rid of. I kind of want to do, a little bit of, I mean, we're going to have some AP. So we could do the Anima of Anubis at this point. Or we just go Eye of the Spider since we have the monies for it. But I think if we have this and we sell off this, we'll have 11k. So I think we'll grab the Anima of Anubis. And then I'm going to do Super Flexor just to scale this up with the Anima. So we should be able to get some pretty solid pummel damage in between. So we still have our spam. We have Weapon Jammer, Codebreaker, Phantasmic Flux to get that lifesteal. We have all of these. And now we have Retaliation feeding back into Phantasmic Flux as well. With that, because that does count as ability damage. So it will give us lifesteal. And a nice solid round 7 banger here, dude. So win or lose. One match so far. All right. In our final round. Let's see what we got here.
3, 2, 1.
And we go speedy. I'm going to try to pop out this vortex early so we can get a nice solid start to our ult charge. Almost got it. Should just go down quick, though. Just got to watch out for that. Punch. Big heals. We're backing up a little bit. I think we just lose this fight. Unless I can live. Oh, I just had my form, too. I tried. Okay, let's push up here for our May. There we go. Good cyber venom proc on there. Got our shield up. Big stun. Try to get the Sojourn out again. She's the big damage, so. Pop our ult too. Keep our cyber venom up on there. There we go. Nice. Get a nice little triple there. Cool. We should be able to farm up another one here, especially if we play aggressive for a second. We do a little bit of these. Some good early damage because I'd like to be able to get another one before the end of the round. Oh, we might have pulled him down for that dash. That was actually great timing. Block a little bit here. Sojourn trying to farm us. Not going to let that happen. Huge. Big freeze on the ram. That shots. Nice. Just got to watch the Mercy res if we can get it. I wonder if I'm going to be able to catch her here. There we go. Another Ramattra ult ready to go for our last fight. Plop that on there. And I think we're good to go. I think we're good. We'll take home the dub right at the end. A nice solid W, round 7 banger. Kind of just killing it right now.
Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
Firehose Ramattra Build ready to go. We'll keep you up to date on whether any bugs get fixed with that item. Because I do like it in the build with the clip size. But as long as it's not working properly, we're going to make sure we don't have that in the build. But we'll update it as we go forward.